may be a good senator, but you can't train his dogs. In my defense, he's a rescued hunting dog who has a bunch of issues. He's younger than I expected, and he has come a long way. This is a well-behaved dog compared to a year ago. So I'm so proud of everyone who has been a part of this campaign, whether it's the folks out there getting signatures or the folks we've had in their living rooms, sorting them all and putting them together in envelopes and mailing them off to the various counties. Like, I'm so proud and impressed by them. And yeah, I've got a good feeling about it. I'm confident.
The two-party system simply refuses to acknowledge that healthcare, housing, education, and jobs are human rights. There's a denial of that. And until there's a recognition by those in power that those things are human rights, working families will continue to struggle and many will fail, while the few, Wall Street and corporations, continue to succeed. I've experienced what it's like to live in extreme survival mode, both in my personal life and on the battlefield, as a captain in the Marines during the Iraq War. It's not only that I've seen terrible things, but I have done terrible things in war, just so that my troops and I could survive. I, and many others who have fought in war, live with the moral injuries of war. And those inner battles are the biggest of all the battles we fight just to survive. At some point, though, we have to ask why and to what end. These are the questions I asked when I resigned my position with the State Department in Afghanistan in protest over the futility, the corruption, and the lack of accountability for the war. After leaving the State Department, I settled here in beautiful North Carolina, where we were all living in survival mode as a consequence of the policies of the political establishment that have concentrated wealth in the hands of the few at the expense of the many, where the big corporations make record profits while the people can't afford to live where they work. We are witnessing our loved ones in our communities suffer. It's all connected. The choices that our government makes through the political system that we have now continue to prioritize corporations, banks, institutions like weapons companies over the needs of the people. And that's reflected in our domestic policies as well. If we come together, we can ensure the people of North Carolina are represented and that the people power is not spoiled by the two-party system. Why would we expect those who are benefiting from the current political system, whether it be the politicians in power or the corporations and banks that they represent, to change anything when those corporations and banks are making record profits? Meanwhile, working families are struggling more and more every day, every week, every month. That needs to change. I'm Matthew Hoh, and I'm running for U.S. Senate because I want all of us not just to survive, but to thrive together.